Well, happy weekend, folks. Thank you for hanging out for just a couple of minutes. My name is Jeremy Knight. I serve as the pastor here at St. Paul's United Methodist Church in Ocala. Got some really cool things that are now available to you, things that are happening very soon. We want to make sure that you're aware of. And then after I talk through about three really encouraging and awesome announcements, I'll give you a little preview of what's coming in worship this Sunday. The first thing to let you know of is I mentioned this on Sunday, but I've got some more details to share about Lent, about the season of Lent here at St. Paul's. Many of you are aware, Lent is the 40 days of preparation that precedes Easter, excluding Sundays. Those aren't included in the 40 days. But that journey for us and for everyone who observes Lent will begin on February the 14th this year with Ash Wednesday. So a couple things. I want you to plan to be with us Ash Wednesday, of course. We'll have one service at 6 p.m. We'll have nursery available for those ages 5 and younger. But what I wanted to share with you also is that beginning the following Wednesday, and for the 6 Wednesdays that occur afterwards, so for 6 solid weeks in Lent, we're going to be having a Wednesday night program here on campus at St. Paul's. That's going to meet the needs of all ages. So, for our children, there will be nursery provided, ages 5 and younger. There will be opportunities for our younger elementary children to have activities together. There will be activities for our youth and our older elementary. We've got some cool things in store for them, and those plans are happening behind the scenes, and we'll give you more details about that, but I wanted you to know that it is happening. And also, we're going to invite our adults to engage in a Bible study together. This Bible study will be offered both in the Wednesday night program, but also offered on a Thursday morning option as well. So during the season of Lent, we want you to be engaged. We want you to connect. And so we'll have opportunities on Wednesday night for everyone. And then the adult Bible study that will be offered Wednesday evenings will also be offered Thursday morning. I know that we have some folks that don't like to be out late at night and don't want to be here during the evenings. And so we give an opportunity for those folks to be with us on Thursday morning. I share all that to say we need to know that you are coming. We need to know how many to expect. We want to engage you and make sure that we are planned properly. So what we need you to do is we need you to go to spocala.org/Lent. There you can sign up. You can let us know if you have nursery needs or if you have children or youth that are going to be planning to be with us. That way we can plan accordingly, okay? So do that now. That is open, spocala.org/Lent. Also, happening just before Lent, literally just before, the day before, is our annual Mardi Gras fundraiser. And now, like most of you know, last year was my first year here, and I come from the land of Mardi Gras, from the deep South, the Gulf South. And so I was kind of skeptical, I'll be honest with you, about how you Floridians dealt with Mardi Gras, but I was really encouraged by the wonderful response and the great food that was offered in the Mardi Gras fundraiser last year. And many of those families that make sure that happens are back in the game and want to provide it again this year. So we're going to have the Mardi Gras fundraiser. It will be a takeout dinner. Okay, we won't be serving anyone here, but you will take it out. But we need to know that you want to participate in that. And more importantly, what we need you, St. Paul's folks, please hear me. We need your help getting the word out to the community because we want to invite the community. We know that in the past years when this has been a really big fundraiser and raised lots of funds for our youth ministry, it was because you helped spread the word around our community, and people from outside of St. Paul's took advantage and were a part of coming and enjoying the food as well. So you're going to hear a lot about that. You're going to see things on social media. Please share it. If you want any of the promotional information about the Mardi Gras dinner from me personally, email me, call me, I'll get it to you. We have a Facebook event we're inviting people to because we want everyone to go and sign up that is planning to come because we need to prepare. So the best way to do that, see if you get the connection here, spocala.org/Mardi Gras. And Mardi Gras is French, and so it's spelled a little differently, Mardigras. So spocala.org /MARDIGRAS. Big shout out to Elizabeth Kaiser and Kevin Lopez for helping get those sign-in sheets and those sign-up sheets on our website up. We're so grateful for them as well. Last announcement before I move on and talk a little bit about worship. Our Bishop Tom Berlin, will be in our region of the state this weekend. And he is inviting all of us to come and hang out with him as he shares about his vision and talks about the United Methodist Church as we seek our best future in not only Florida, but in our nation and our world. And so if you're interested in coming and being a part of that, it will happen at 5 p.m. Sunday afternoon at Trinity United Methodist Church in Gainesville. And so I will be going there. I hope that some of you would like to come as well. And so if you have questions about that event, please let me know. But it is pretty self-explanatory. 5 p.m., Trinity United Methodist Church in Gainesville to hear our bishop speak. And there will be a time of question and answer and feedback as well. So I hope you'll make an effort to be there. All right. Lastly, a little worship preview. Now, let me first say I am finding that the season of worship that we are engaged in is it's a challenging one. And I think in some ways I knew it was going to be challenging, but I'm finding it even on my own heart to be really, really beautifully challenging. Really opening myself, and hopefully you as well, up to not only just new perspectives, but revisiting the truth of what this faith that we claim really is about. So just to give you a recap, or if you're new to us, we've been asking the question of what it means to be great. What does a life that can be described as great, a life of greatness, what does that mean? We know that our culture has lots of definitions of that, but if we want to claim faith in Jesus Christ, if we are living for something with more depth and more love and more purpose, what does greatness look like for us? What does greatness look like in the scriptures? What does greatness look like for Jesus? And what does greatness look like for the life that he intended for us? And so we're going to be looking at 3 scriptures over 5 weeks. And last week was the first week we looked at the Great Commandment, the greatest commandment, one that is given lots and lots of weight and gravitas we talked about. And it is, as many of you are aware, to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And so last week we asked the question, what does it mean to love God with all your heart and with all your mind and with all your soul? What does that mean? Well, this week we look at the last half of the greatest commandment. What does it mean to love our neighbor as ourselves? Now that conjures up all kinds of things. Who is my neighbor? Do I have responsibility for my neighbor? When Jesus asks us to love our neighbor, many of us think of other stories and other parables that very much address that. So there's all this stuff that kind of colors and gives shape to this conversation of what it means to love our neighbor. And so we're going to try to take all of that into one worship service, into one sermon. And so that will be a challenge, but it will be a beautiful challenge. And so I pray that you come as we seek to know what it means to love our neighbors as ourselves, because that's what greatness looks like. Greatness means caring for others. It means loving others. It means understanding that we're all in this together, that we don't exist apart from one another, that we really do live in this intertwined, interconnected universe where God wants us to really love and care and do life with one another. And so I pray you'll come, connect with us. If you can't be here in person at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, I hope you'll catch us online on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. All right? Grace and peace to you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Can't wait to see you very, very soon.